Viewers, it's been a big election day today. In fact, two of India's biggest states, electorally home to more than 100 Lok Sabha seats, have thrown open two contrasting results. While the Bharatiya Janata Party has lost in Karnataka, it has swept Uttar Pradesh. The BJP's defeat in Karnataka obviously delivers a body blow to its plans of consolidating in the south, expanding perhaps even, but it will take heart from the fact that it has not lost vote shares substantially. The numbers are on your screens, viewers, and those numbers of course tell a story in Karnataka, and it's a story that favors the Congress party. The vote share of the Congress beyond that 6% threshold that it needed to electorally outperform its own expectations in the state. And I think that a large number of Congress leaders at one time yesterday were happy with 120, but that number has crossed, the real number on the ground has crossed even their expectations. But for the BJP, it hasn't really lost vote share. It's very marginal, 0.2%. which means that its committed vote has not dissolved, it has not dissipated, and that its committed voter remains pretty much enamored by the party and the leadership. The Congress gains have come from the Lingayat belt, right? One could say this?
Yes. From the Lingayat belt, but at a gross level from the decimation of the JDS. So in the Lingayat belt, the Congress does have support. Its support is slightly enhanced to the extent of the defectors.
Okay.
But if you look at the gross picture, the JDS which has collapsed about 5 percentage points.
I'm going to build on that. So the Lingayat belt, because that's where the BJP couldn't put up, one can now say perhaps in hindsight, a united showing. And at the expense of the third party, the JDS, which is where the Congress has really gained. In fact, the vote share lost by the JDS has moved almost to the last decimal point to the Congress party. And here's a quick look at how the Congress has built its gains. And I'm going to pull out, viewers, a chart for you now. That's the chart. That's the area that we need to focus on. Those are the numbers. These are now region numbers. And if you really expand them one by one, you will see the story. Can you just elaborate on this this particular graphic? Central Karnataka, let's talk about that. Really 35 seats in total, but 25 going to the Congress, 7 to the BJP.
The picture was the exact opposite.
Yes.
There were 25 seats to the BJP in this region last time, and 9 to the Congress and 1 to others, making it 35. Now the boot is exactly on the other foot. Now we need to note two things here. Central Karnataka not just represents the Lingayat heartland. It is also an area where Mr. Gali Janardhan Reddy could have caused maximum damage to them by fielding his own set of candidates. There are a whole set of seats around Ballari, especially the tribal seats like Molkal Muru, where last time B. Sriramulu contested, Sirugappa, where also there are many mines. In all those places that were actually supporting the BJP in a big way last time, like a 50% plus vote share, in all those seats the Congress has taken a lead. So
interesting.
It's two factors causing the party to lose its vote share there.
Would you characterize this defeat as a massive anti-incumbency, or would you say that look, the BJP could have played its ground game better, and if it had played its ground game better, perhaps the result would not have been this decisive in the favor of the Congress?
I look at it a little differently also, Rahul. I mean, with due respect to everybody here, and without
you don't have to be apologetic about your views. So say what you have to say.
Look at it this way. Often in the past, when parties have lost elections, they've lost vote share. Okay, the headline is that the BJP hasn't lost vote share. It's very marginal. The dip is less than 1%. Right? So I would say it's a story of the Congress cannibalizing the opposition space of what remains of smaller parties, with the BJP sort of maintaining itself. According to me, that's the larger story.
Well, the Prime Minister invested a lot of his capital in Bangalore. He took out, I think, 3 road shows. How's the party done in Bengaluru?
It's very interesting, Rahul. If we look at the greater Bengaluru region, okay, last time the BJP had 12 on 32.
30,
yeah. This time, greater Bengaluru is actually split half-half. The BJP has got 16 and the Congress has got 16. The one to JDS, 15 to the Congress. So, in a way, all the effort that the Prime Minister put in greater Bengaluru has at least sort of shored up the parties. It has stemmed the tide and shored up the party support.
Okay. Well, the Congress and the opposition has begun, of course, to spin the victory in Karnataka as a defeat for Prime Minister Modi and the beginning of the end of the Prime Minister's connect with the people ahead of the 2024 election. That's what the Congress has been saying. The Congress party's top bosses, Rahul Gandhi, and others in Karnataka like Mr. Siddaramaiah, the putative chief minister, remarking that the Congress has defeated the Prime Minister and BJP's chief strategist Amit Shah and their alleged politics of money, muscle and divisive ideology. Listen into some of these sound bites.
कर्नाटक के चुनाव में एक तरफ क्रोनी कैपिटलिस्ट की ताकत थी, दूसरी तरफ गरीब जनता की शक्ति थी और शक्ति ने ताकत को हरा दिया। और यही हर स्टेट में होगा। कांग्रेस पार्टी कर्नाटक में गरीबों के साथ खड़ी हुई, हम गरीबों के मुद्दों पर लड़े और मुझे सबसे अच्छी बात यह लगी कि हमने नफरत से, गलत शब्दों से ये लड़ाई नहीं लड़ी। हमने मोहब्बत से, प्यार से, दिल खोल के ये लड़ाई लड़ी और कर्नाटक की जनता ने हमें दिखाया कि ये देश मोहब्बत इस देश को अच्छी लगती है।
It is a mandate against the Narendra Modi. It is a mandate against the Amit Shah. It's a mandate against the Nadda. It is because Narendra Modi has come to Karnataka. 20 times he addressed 20 rallies. No Prime Minister in the past has campaigned like Modi.
But despite the Congress claim, the opposition's celebrations will be tempered by the knowledge that the BJP is still standing tall in its bastion in the north. In fact, in what is an extremely significant local body election in Uttar Pradesh and a referendum really on the BJP's governance in India's most electorally significant state, which has come under a lot of scrutiny, lot of commentary over the last one and a half years since Mr. Yogi Adityanath swept back into power in history. The BJP under Yogi Adityanath and under the aegis of Narendra Modi has swept the pan-state local bodies election today convincingly, viewers. Those are the numbers across all three tiers. All three tiers of local governance, the BJP in the ascendant. Those numbers are not changing. The BJP, in fact, might have lost its gateway to the south. It still has, in a manner of speaking, the Uttar for 2024. Excuse the pun. Now, here's what we mean. In the north, across the 10 states of the Hindi belt, the BJP has 180 plus seats of 225 seats, which is a conversion rate of 80% plus, viewers. And that is a formidable record. And remember, it's this belt that sends the most number of parliamentarians. It's equally ascendant in the west and is growing in the east at a rapid pace. The BJP may not be very strong in the south, but it is certainly looking to make gains in the run-up to the Lok Sabha election, especially in states like Telangana, where an assembly election is slated at the end of the year. Now, of course, the BJP also begins the 2024 campaign with some massive positives. It has the Prime Minister's image to fall back upon. Remember, viewers, the opposition might be saying that the tide has changed, but I think they have to test their assumptions against the connect that the Prime Minister still has with India's people. He has huge approval ratings. The BJP has a very powerful organization at the booth level, and it really pulls in the votes. It has a plethora of pro-poor schemes which have delivered not once but twice, and perhaps the greatest advantage, which is an ideological connect with the electorate. And therefore, viewers, we need to ask some basic questions and test this presumption. The presumption being that the end of the beginning for the BJP is underway. That's what the opposition is claiming, and therefore the opposition sees hope in 2024. Is this hope misplaced? Is it based on reality? Is it divorced from reality? Let's ask all those questions. The Congress, Sanjay Jha, has claimed that the defeat in Karnataka is a defeat for Prime Minister Modi. You just heard those comments from Rahul Gandhi as well as Mr. Siddaramaiah, and also for Home Minister Amit Shah, the chief strategist, the electoral strategist for the BJP. It says India has made up its mind to perhaps eject the BJP, and we're beginning to see this now. Does this claim hold, or is it divorced from reality? It's a straightforward question. Mr. Jha, to you.
Rahul, this is actually a statement that the Congress is quoting of what the BJP itself has said. The BJP's campaign actually had Mr. Nadda and various other leaders say that please vote, because then you are assured of Mr. Modi ji taking care of Karnataka. This was an election campaign clearly where the BJP was challenged on corruption, on malgovernance, on being very anti-poor. And you know, frankly, we can look into the social and economic indicators later on during your program. So Mr. Modi was eventually the best bet once again that the BJP was playing in Karnataka. Now, what did Mr. Modi do? Mr. Modi followed the playbook. He came there. This was a prime minister who, when Manipur was, frankly, burning or on a boil, choose the words that you might, Mr. Modi was actually campaigning in Karnataka when 60 people were dead in Manipur. So there is a lot of political investment personally done by the Prime Minister. And remember...
But that investment, if you just look at the numbers, and I think Jay referred to that connect in Bengaluru region, where the BJP has outperformed itself and everyone else thanks to mass contact roadshows held by the Prime Minister in the city. Given this, is the Congress in any position to undermine the Modi effect? Even in the campaign, remember, it was not his face on the ballot. His government, you could say, they were aware of the fact that there were problems, and therefore they changed a chief minister mid-course. They also changed 103 of their incumbents, giving new people tickets. So they were aware that there was strong anti-incumbency. The Prime Minister hits, you could have said that perhaps that number, which is sort of hovering in the mid-60s, could have been down to 40.
But Rahul, please note one point. In Himachal Pradesh, when Mr. Modi campaigned, these are, I'm quoting his words, when you vote for the BJP, the vote actually comes into my account. So he told the people of Himachal Pradesh, another state that the BJP lost to the Congress a few months ago, it was once again Mr. Modi being played as the trump card. Now, clearly the BJP in different states finds itself frankly cornered because of poor governance.
I mean, in Uttar Pradesh today, it's not cornered. It's actually repeated. It's repeated history.
You know, but we are comparing apples and oranges.
Okay,
Rahul.
let's fine. I'll just bring in
apples and oranges.
in about. I don't think so. I think when we are talking about large states where you are focusing or you choose to focus on governance, then Uttar Pradesh certainly qualifies for an examination. Let me just bring in Dr. Ranganathan. Yes, you wanted to say something, Dr. Ranganathan. You want to respond to, one second, you want to respond to Mr. Jha.
Yeah, first of all, heartiest congratulations to Congress and to Sanjay, to Tehseen and every Congress supporter. I think it's a absolutely wonderful performance by Congress, outstanding performance.
The celebration of Indian democracy.
Yes, democracy is back. Right.
Democracy is back.
All the institutions are working. EVMs are working. So,
it's been discovered in the EVMs of this great country and in the polling booths.
No, but truly, I truly, without any sarcasm, congratulations to Congress, because there are 3 points here. Number one, and I'm not one of those who's going to shirk away from saying that, this is Modi's defeat as well. It is Prime Minister's Modi defeat, because the extent of the defeat qualifies as something which is Modi's defeat or not Modi's defeat. If BJP had gotten 107 or something like that, then you could say, well, there are many factors that went wrong. But for it to have performed worse than what Congress performed last election, tells something that Modi could not do something in this particular election. Secondly, I think, may I disagree on 2 counts with Sanjay very quickly. Number one, what does vote share mean? Vote share means that I, for example, if I voted for Modi, my vote would reflect into the vote percentage that the BJP has got. Now, in the last election, BJP got 36.2% vote share. In this election, it's 35.8, 0.4%. That, according to my rough calculations, translates to 1.5 lakh votes. So in 5 years, if BJP has got 1.5 lakh votes less than what it did last year, is it anti-incumbency? Personally, not at all. Because if you look at 2009 Lok Sabha performance of Congress, it got 29%.
Yeah, the first past the post system, seats are not always a correct indication because small changes
the real
in vote share.
anti-incumbency, Rahul, for example, was in 2014 when Congress slipped to 18% vote share from 29% that it got in 2009.
Yeah, that's a definitive.
That is a definite anti-incumbency. So what were the factors? Now, Sanjay talked about unemployment. He talked about inflation. Those were not the issues in Karnataka because Karnataka is 2 points and 5 percentage points respectively below the national average of inflation and unemployment.
Sure.
So the only thing I can think of logically is that corruption held a massive sway and people were just generally dissatisfied. And I think BJP has to look at this because you have elected, appointed, taken corrupt people into your party. You've given them ministerial posts. The foundation of your government last time round was based upon the fact that 16, 17 people were horse traded, usurped, and then their elections quote unquote rigged for you to form that government. Now people saw through it. So it's a very curious mix. Congress, of course, has grounds to celebrate massively, but then for it to say that this is a victory against all those things that BJP stood for or did would be wrong because Congress has gained 5-6 percentage point vote share that the third party, JDS, has given up. So it's not BJP's vote share defeat or its policies that have led to this.
Okay.
Let me give a rejoinder.
One by one.
A quick rejoinder. Just one quick rejoinder.
Counter what he said.
No, because on the vote share.
Actually, it's not true. Let's look at, I'll give you an example. 1 minute, Sanjay.
Okay.
Yeah. 2013, Congress comes to power. BJP is split. Mr. Yediyurappa is running a separate party. The Congress gets 35% vote share. 2018, the Congress is in power, goes to the election, increases their vote share by 3% and loses the election. So let's be very clear. In this election, it is simplistic to say JDS vote has gone to Congress.
It's not that.
BJP's vote share in Old Mysore would have increased. Please check that, Jay. If it increases, that vote is coming from the JDS, which means the Congress has taken the BJP votes in other parts of the state. So it's very silly to say, yes, absolutely. That's how it works.
Let's save on the ad hominem, please, because we're talking logically. Saying silly and all that is, but that's why I was at pains to say it is an averaging out. So you can remove the outliers, but you will not remove the possibility that a person has voted for BJP.
We don't know. My point is there is no way you can say, based on just the absolute numbers, JDS vote has en bloc gone to the Congress, and that is the reason for this result.
But there
without
has been
studying the data, you cannot make that claim.
It has been an almost cent-to-cent transfer.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about it. The numbers are swaying, and one of the reasons could be, I don't know, was this use of Bajrang Dal. Many people are saying, and I think I was the first to say it a few days back, that was perhaps a way of the Congress signaling to the Muslim electorate in the state, especially the JDS voter, that we stand for your rights. And it was a masterstroke in some ways. But yes, you were making a point.
Actually, just one point. I have to make this point.
Okay.
Anand says there is no anti-incumbency against the BJP on vote shares. The BJP's seats, my dear friend, is down by 50%.
Yeah.
If that is not anti-incumbency, what is?
Don't always go by seats.
Please. Okay. Rahul, I think we are losing the side. What is the big picture?
Yeah, the big picture.
The big picture is very clear.
That the beginning of the decline has begun. That's what the Congress is saying. That's how it began.
The big picture is the resurgence of Congress in Karnataka.
Resurgence of Congress in
Karnataka, because this is the biggest vote share the Congress has got since 1989.
Yeah.
In 1989, Congress got 178 seats and the vote percentage of 43.71.
Yeah.
So in last 35 years, this is the biggest victory by the Congress party. This is resurgence. And the difference between the Congress and the BJP is 7%, which is huge.
So you're saying there's been a positive sentiment towards the Congress and the Congress style of politics and its messaging. Okay. One second.
What is happening with...
There must be some premium put to discipline in a debate also.
15 seconds.
I mean, being disciplined should not be a
15 seconds.
What is happening with the BJP? What is happening with the BJP is a new player in Karnataka. For the first time in 2008, they made their presence felt, got 30% vote share. So this election has shown that they have consolidated their social base, but to compete in a first past post system, you have to cross the critical mass.
Okay.
They have not.
He doesn't disagree with you.
You're not disagreeing with me.
Actually, he doesn't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Let me bring in
Thank you.
Shehzad Punara. Shehzad Punara, look, at the end of the day, this is what they're going to say. They're going to say that this is the first indication that the BJP is brittle, its leadership's claims do not connect, that there is a vast difference between what is sold to the public and what is delivered.
First of all, Rahul, let me accept in all humility the verdict that the people of Karnataka, as much as I gleefully accept the verdict of the people of Uttar Pradesh. Having said that, it's not my job to tell people not to live in their ivory towers and their fool's paradise that they want to build, because in 2018, when they stole the government from us, what happened in 2019 Karnataka? When they won the election in Rajasthan, what happened subsequently in 2019 Rajasthan? What happened subsequently in Chhattisgarh after that massive victory of the Congress party in Chhattisgarh 2019 Lok Sabha? What happened? So if they want to continue to propitiate a lie on television and believe in that lie, only fools do that. So they are free, they are at liberty to do that. Secondly, let's take out the 3 or 4 takeaways from this. First, we were marketed this election that this was a massive vote against the anti-incumbency factor. The metrics of anti-incumbency, surely one of them would be that whether our social base, vote base has eroded. It has not. So fact of the matter is that after all their efforts, all their media support and narrative, they have not been able to erode our vote base. Point number one. Whether we increased here, increased there, the fact is we have a 36% vote bank. Secondly, the fact of the matter is that there is the new concept of TVTs. You know what are TVTs in politics?
No.
Total vote bank transfer. This is the politics of total vote bank transfer, just like there are TVTs on television, and these are TVTs that Times Now knows a lot about because a lot of people spend time watching Times Now. There are TVTs in politics, and that TVTs in politics basically goes where the signaling is done that if I can't retain the vote bank as a whole, I will transfer my vote bank to the nearest party that is willing to defeat the BJP. And the Congress party, or the party that wants to claim these TVTs, makes all kinds of claims, like we heard in this election, that we will now remove the anti-conversion law, we will remove the anti-cow slaughter law, that we will ban an organization we have no mandate to ban because we're not the central government. We will also come out and do an alliance with the SDPI. It was multiple times it was said. And therefore...
So you're saying cynical, divisive politics with the aim of transferring a particular vote bank or signaling to that vote bank, that is what has really helped the Congress.
And finally, a word on which we all can be very happy is the fact that today democracy and the EVMs, all of them have been redeemed.
Okay, so let me ask the other Mr. Poonawala.
Rahul, I need to counter that. Rahul, I need to counter that. I need to tell the BJP spokesperson here, very regretfully, that you can't be so disingenuous on a national show. No. You talked about stealing a government in 2019, my dear friend. Who did the Operation Kamala in Bengaluru?
Sir, can you tell the one to that? May I respond to that?
2018.
May I respond?
Yeah, in 2018, it was just the other way around. BJP was a single largest party. Yes, Shehzad Punara wants to come in. Gentlemen, 1 second. Let's not take moral. No, hang on. Let's not all try to assume the moral high ground. There's only space for a couple of people up there. Yeah. The whole bunch of you can't jump on to
Rahul, very quickly.
Yes.
Rahul, you know, stealing the mandate is when you fight under the poster of Modi ji and Fadnavis ji, and then you ally with those you call most corrupt party.
Well, that's
stealing a mandate is when you say that the JDS is a B team of BJP, and then conveniently you take the BJP out, which is the #1 party, and do an alliance with the JDS. Now. Okay, so this is the reality.
One second. Let me just bring in Tehseen Poonawala, since you're itching to get into this, and you're very right to do so. Let me ask you a question. In 2018, despite the inability to form the government in Karnataka, Mr. Poonawala, and despite losing Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, Chhattisgarh just months Jay, before the 2019 polls, the BJP bettered its 2019 performance.
Correct.
How do you explain this?
Because, Rahul, you're absolutely right, and I've said this before on your show, that to take the Karnataka results or any state election results and to put it on the 2024 results is absolutely being dishonest. People vote differently in assembly elections, people vote differently in Lok Sabha elections. And if we respect the people and their intelligence, and I'm sure the BJP spokesperson does it, then you certainly don't think that 13% of Karnataka's population will only go out because of virtue signaling. Please allow me now, please, you never interrupted. I request you, this is a very important point for me, that they will go because of virtual signaling. You will not believe that. That is being arrogant. Point number 2. The Congress got about 43% vote. Even if it was to say the virtual signaling, 13% vote, the Congress got 80-85% of it. Still the rest of the vote that the Congress got was from the majority community. So why do you believe that everybody are fools to go around with this virtue signaling? They're not. People in an election vote for a variety of reasons. And one of the reasons that we must consider, what the BJP spokesperson said and Anand says, and I agree, the BJP did not lose its vote share, it's retained its vote share. That means the most honorable Prime Minister failed. Because if it's retained, if it retained its vote percentage, and the Prime Minister spent so many days in Karnataka,
no problems with an analysis on Karnataka. 1 second, but you cannot.
I need to
accept. No, 1 second, 1 second. Localized election result is being projected on a national canvas. That's the question I'm trying to ask you.
But then, just 10 seconds.
I'm agreeing with you. So you need to give
just 10 seconds. And it's wrong. But by that same logic,
so what is wrong? Rahul Gandhi coming out and saying that look,
projecting Karnataka
it's
means
the beginning of the end.
It's wrong. But by the same logic, 38%, keeping your vote percentage the same means the Prime Minister has not added anything to the BJP.
Rahul, what did Prime Minister Modi do after the Gujarat election?
Let's not lose our discipline.
Saying this is the national move.
Mr. Rajagopalan is being extremely patient, and you know what he does once he loses his patience. So please, yes.
No, I agree with Tehseen, and I want to reinforce the point he's made. Very important point is made, and for those who still may not have grasped what I was trying to say, let me ease it a little bit further. Out of 100 people, right, 36 voted for the BJP last time round, right, saying that we vote for BJP has done good. This time round, 5 years later, 35 have voted. If it was anti-incumbency, 20 would have voted, 30 would have voted, right? Now, what Tehseen says is absolutely bang on. That even though BJP hasn't lost because of anti-incumbency, because not even 1%, 0.4% people less have voted, the fact of the matter is, why couldn't the BJP and Modi and the state apparatus increase it to 42?
I'll tell you why. Let's look at the numbers.
60 people.
Let's look at the numbers.
That's the issue.
Let me bring out the facts here. Okay. So here is a quick deep dive. And let's look at it. The BJP has lost 7% vote share in central Karnataka, which is traditionally its bastion. We know that the Lingayats vote there quite exceptionally for the Bharatiya Janata Party. The JDS vote share has fallen here by 5%, and the Congress has gained 9%. So it's taken a bit out of the BJP, it's taken a bit out of the JDS. Now, viewers, this is not because of performance. This is also because of the fact that the BJP looked beyond its traditional Lingayat stalwarts and decided to affect a generational change. So it is playing for the longer term. It took a risk. The risk has backfired. Now, we can't say that this is only because the BJP didn't perform well, because the Lingayats have stood by the BJP even when, if you really look at the aggregate, when the Lingayats in 2013 went with Mr. Yadurappa and they came back within the next year in 2014. So Lingayats do vote for the BJP. It's just that this time, as I was saying, the ground game for the BJP in the Lingayat belt, they got it wrong. And that has
one point to this.
Yes.
One point.
This analysis,
let's look at the numbers.
Rahul, you're absolutely right about the analysis, but why it hurts me is because in 2023, in a progressive state like Karnataka, in a government that has actually delivered on a lot of its promises, a lot of welfare and all that, we are still talking about sects and caste. That is hurtful.
Rahul, let me just come in.
Why should
Anand, even the most advanced democracies base and analyze politics on identity.
Identities are so identity central.
wrong.
Now let me make
yes.
3 points. I promise I'll finish in 30 seconds. 3 important points. First of all, a party which said we ran this election local is now projecting a local election onto a national scale. That's their hypocrisy, point number one. Point number two, we as a BJP, and I'm proud of my party, we could have gone and done the easier thing, but we went and did the tougher thing, which is to introduce a new set of leaders. We gave a massive number of young people tickets, first-timers tickets, and we did it knowing that there would be a political cost to that. We have the stomach to actually take that risk. Isn't that to be applauded? That we've now created a new leadership in Karnataka BJP that will take the narrative and the battle forward. And thirdly, this narrative about poor versus rich. There are more poor people, I can promise you, even today in Uttar Pradesh. And the Nagar Palika, the Nagar Panchayats have voted for us. Are you saying the people of Uttar Pradesh are not suffering there if there was so much suffering? And the people of Karnataka...
JVC Sriram coming in.
The biggest reason for this kind of victory by the Congress party is the promises they have given. Karnataka is a state where actually the debt has been in control. Now for the promises which the Congress party has made, to fulfill that promises, every year they will have to spend 4,20,000 crores.
What? No.
Where is that?
What?
4 lakhs.
No, the budget isn't 4 lakh crores.
4,20,000. No. You make
budget is not 4 lakhs.
You make 2 lakh crores. Allow me to speak. I did not interrupt, doctor.
1 second, gentlemen. You can't shout down your fellow panelists. They have a point of view.
This is not factually
right. You can rebut him, doctor. Why do you let him finish?
The promises which the Congress party has given, they would not be able to fulfill.
Give us the number for 4 lakh crores.
I'm telling you now.
Give the number.
Fine. Listen to me.
Sir, please talk to me politely.
Listen, please.
I respect you. Don't talk to me in that tone.
Okay, gentlemen,
that's fine.
Please.
That's fine.
No,
let him finish.
Give the numbers. I've been very polite.
Let's not reduce this to a shouting match.
I don't deserve it.
Okay, I'll have to lower the faders all across, please.
3,116 rupees was the promise made by TRS in 2018.
Wrong, because Congress, Rahul made that Nyay promise and he lost the 2019 election.
Yes, okay.
It's not about promises.
The wrong point here is that if you are talking about the bigger picture of the 2024 election, number one, BJP had a vote share of 53.76%. And probably Tijin himself agreed that states vote differently in local election and in parliamentary election. Yes. Number one. Number two, these promises are not going to be fulfilled easily by the Congress party. What did they do when they came to Himachal Pradesh? They promised one draft.
I'll tell you why this analogy. Let me come to you.
Give me the 4 lakh crores.
One minute.
Allow me to complete. I can give you the list.
It's going on for such a long time. How long can you go on? I speak 2 sentences and get interrupted.
No. Look, what is going to happen is, if you keep speaking over him, he's not going to finish. He'll keep badgering on, and I will not be able to round him up and finish. And we will have a 12-minute discussion on one gentleman who's been constantly interrupted. Now, just finish your point in 30 seconds.
4 lakh crores.
1 second.
2,000 rupees per women per month. Make a calculation. 3,000 rupees per unemployed youth per month. Make a calculation. 200 rupees units of electricity free. Make your calculation. Then 10 kg of rice free. Make your calculation.
Anyhow, look, that's not the issue here.
Make a calculation.
1 minute. We are not doing okay, gentlemen, I want to bring this debate back.
It's okay.
I want to bring
Where are you going to get it?
Excuse me.
Where are you going to get it?
It's ridiculous. Okay, one second. Okay, 1 second.
BJP has lost massively in the Karnataka, and where we are discussing how you are going to fulfill the... No. That's because you don't have an argument.
Okay, gentlemen.
Because you don't have an argument to own the responsibility.
And
BJP has massively lost 7% where Congress is ahead.
This is not actually... This is not
the propaganda you are doing here.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Please, don't make me lose my temper. Please. This is not going to be a debate where we are looking at, viewers, the localized outcome. This is a debate to look at the claims that are being made by the opposition today. Correct. That this is a threshold moment, this is a watershed event, and it's going to lead to massive changes in 2024. And on that, I want to bring this back. And Dr. Aman and Shahzad Poonawalla and Mr. Raja Gopalan, I want to bring the three of these gentlemen in now. I want to begin with you, Doctor.
Yes.
In 2018, the BJP won 104 assembly seats in Karnataka. We know this. In 29, it won 177 assembly segments in the Lok Sabha polls. Now, Same state, same situation, almost a year apart, which we're going to see next year. The BJP rebounds. It doesn't just rebound in Karnataka, it rebounds in several other Indian states also. And most importantly, the Congress disappears from the most electorally significant, with some of its opposition allies, states in the Indian Union. Are you trying to tell me that that complete erosion of the Samajwadi Party, the BSP, the Congress in at least 4 states is going to be reversed because of what happened in Karnataka?
Let me explain, Rahul. This is not going to be reversed. The BJP vote share goes up dramatically when Mr. Modi is on the ticket. We are all in agreement on that, and that is what facts have shown us. But last time it was 25-3. Second, the Congress government had been in power for 5 years, and there was a hodgepodge government at the time of the 2019 election. So there was anti-incumbency in Karnataka. All I'm trying to say is it is not going to be 25-3. The BJP will still win. No, Shehzad, 1 minute. The BJP will still win the majority of Lok Sabha seats in Karnataka. I don't have a doubt on that as on today.
Nationally?
But no, I'm talking about Karnataka.
We're talking about nationally.
Nationally, it's too early to say. There's a survey which says the BJP may struggle to cross 20 in Maharashtra.
Okay,
just
20
one line. Just one line.
No, there's a survey.
Because Rajgopalanji needs to speak. If by the same logic that PM Modi on the ticket adds some value to the BJP, and there was anti-incumbency of the previous government that time, 2013 to 18. Now you have a government from 2023 to 24. You are going to create the same anti-incumbency situation.
8 months.
So you've contradicted
yourself.
You've just contradicted yourself. 8 months of anti-incumbency versus 6 years of anti-incumbency is different.
Mr. Rajagopalan, let's look at the larger picture here. Are we witnessing a transformation? That's all I'm asking. Can we get back to that conversation?
I don't think so, Rahul, because the reason being, the regional parties do not believe Congress is a glue. Only one state you won in Karnataka, that does not mean that you can defeat Modi in 2024. The reason being, you saw AAP. Today in Punjab, AAP has won, defeating Congress. That is a decimation of Congress in Punjab. And you talk about it. Similarly in Uttar Pradesh, मैं लड़की हूँ, मैं लड़ने को तैयार हूँ, 2 लड़के, ये सारा आ गया. Mr. Yogi Adityanath, मिट्टी तो मिला लिया कांग्रेस का, समाजवादी पार्टी सबको. So therefore my understanding is Nitish Babu going to Mr. Naveen Patnaik and Naveen Patnaik meeting Prime Minister, these are all certain hoppings despite Congress. Now 2024 is going to be. Let me speak, yaar. Why are you disturbing me? Let me speak.
Don't lose your temper.
Why are you unnecessarily? I never spoke in between.
Absolutely.
Okay. I never spoke in between. 2024 is going to be Modi. 2024 is going to be 8 regional parties versus Modi. No Congress.
No Congress. Okay, Ashutosh.
India will have a new prime minister.
No, only Modi. Only Modi.
I have no problem. Modi comes back in 2024. Modi comes back in 2029.
Are you suggesting?
Rahul.
Yeah.
Rahul,
Let's do that.
Modi comes back in 2024. Modi comes back in 2029. I have no problem with that. If the government, if the people in this country chooses him as a prime minister, it's okay. Yeah. What we are discussing today we are discussing the assembly election in Karnataka. And assembly in Karnataka means BJP has lost. Not only in
state.
Sir,
only in Karnataka.
You lost your temper when I spoke.
Only in Karnataka.
Okay. Uttar Pradesh result is also out today, sir.
We all can hide somewhere, but the 7% vote share, the vote difference between the BJP and the Congress, it's a warning signal. It's a warning signal for the 2024.
You're a long-standing observer of politics.
No, that's what I'm saying.
One second. Would you concede today that old shibboleth, that the path to Delhi runs through Lucknow, still applies? Yes or no?
Yes or no? No. Let me complete. I'm saying, how can we ignore the best ever performance? No, let me complete. Let me complete. Rahul, let me complete. You have your viewpoint, I have my own view. I'm only saying is, how can we ignore the best ever performance with the Congress, and it has caused a critical mass in Karnataka voters. That 43% is a warning signal for 2024 in Karnataka itself, because the BJP has been scoring 19 parliamentary seats plus.
Ashutosh,
The Congress was getting less than 40%.
This side isn't getting any chance.
1 minute.
We have to
I want to bring in
If
Jay.
you want me to analyze Karnataka through Lucknow,
No, one second. You evaded the question.
One second. India will vote in 2024.
I'm sorry, sir. Every state is a microcosm of this of the national picture. So let's not put that out there, please. 1 second. I just want to bring this point out. 1 second. It's very important. Jay, what we are being told tonight is that, look, we are witnessing a cataclysmic event, a break from the past, because the Congress has done exceptionally well. Now, I want to ask you, first, in Karnataka, let's test that claim. Has the Congress done exceptionally well, or has it actually pulled ahead in some very narrow contests? Number one, has it benefited? And let's pull out that number from the number of the new seats, the new tickets that were given to BJP people, 103, you have that number somewhere. Yeah. Let's ask those numbers. Let's test those numbers. Did the BJP actually make some strategic errors that have cost it this election? Let's ask those fundamental questions first. Tell me.
Yeah. Now, let's look at the new faces. Okay?
Yes.
The 103.
103.
The BJP is pulled up 17 out of those.
Only 17.
Only 17.
So those changes it made, in the hope that it was going to build a new party,
right,
on the back of new energy, have not worked. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And that, you would say, is a significant reason for this mess up. Now, you could claim that had to be done because of anti-incumbency, misgovernance. But then, if it's misgovernance, it's a local issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why is the same party that seems to, push this politics of hate and has misgovernance in its DNA, as Rahul Gandhi says, doing so well in Uttar Pradesh? You tell me this.
No, it's actually quite the different. The mandate in many places is certainly for governance. It is also certainly indicative of a stabilizing vote share of the party. Let's not forget, even in Uttar Pradesh, the BJP has done a journey from 33-34% when it started off in 1991-93, then scaling up slowly towards 43 in the 2014 Lok Sabha, and then to 47% in 2019. Now, the key, I think, Rahul, when we are discussing about 2024 is this, that after 2014, in general, for a Lok Sabha poll, the BJP has always added value to itself. Data says that. You know, whether you call it the Modi premium or some other premium, there's a value addition. Yeah. Right? And so and not only the value addition, there are also flips.
Okay, flips. This is the important point. Dr. Ranganathan, I want to ask you this question. 1 second, Tehseen. This is very important. The BJP is in straight contests in 10 states in the north in Hindi belt. Okay, with the Congress in about 172 seats. Are we saying that the Congress is going to give a run to the BJP for its money in 172 seats in North?
Now, you see, that is the $1 million question or the $1 billion question. First of all, when Sanjay says India is going to have a new Prime Minister in 2024,
it has to come from here. I'm doing the math for him.
I don't quite agree, because Yogi will become only in 2029. So 2024 is still Modi. But let's come back to what Jay, you say. And I'm sorry, but I have to keep going back to this issue of out of 100 people voted, last time 36 voted, this time 35 voted. I'm not nitpicking and going micro, looking at the micro level of this time you had 70 people voted in one constituency, and I'm not looking at the outliers, I'm not even breaking them. The point here is that if the opposition unites, that is the way you can defeat the BJP.
But even there, look at the numbers. Now, even there, I'll challenge you, and I'll challenge you, Sanjay Jha, because if there's going to be a new Prime Minister, then I'll tell you what needs to change. Now, we're talking about direct fights with the Congress party, right? Number of these seats won by the BJP, 170 out of 186. Sanjay Jha, this is not a seat where there are others. So even if you have a coalition or you have some seat adjustments, is going to help the Congress too much. And we are talking about 186 seats. That's almost, 2/3 of parliament there. Maybe, 60% of parliament. Number of these seats won by the Congress, yes.
One-third of
One third, yeah. Number of these seats won by the Congress, 15. Number of these seats won by the BJP in 2014, 162. Number of these seats won by the Congress in 2014, 24.
And Rahul, therein lies the opportunity, and I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. Can I answer? I'm answering you.
Sanjay,
you contradicting.
I'll just make a point.
No, 1 minute.
I'll just make a point.
Data man.
Yeah. Now, if you look at the same seats that he's referring to, see where the opponent of the BJP is not the Congress.
Yes.
Okay. The contests are actually closer. The BJP gets 45-50%. The other opponent, the regional party like the Biju Janata Dal, gets something of that order or a little higher. Or the BJP goes to 32-33 as it is known. But in these seats where it is in direct conflict with the Congress, the lay of the land is highly skewed already by the voter. The BJP's vote share in places like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, where these seats are, Chhattisgarh, it's like 55-60% plus. The Congress starts at 30-33.
So
okay, now can I answer it? Now can I answer him?
The BJP
let me answer him. Look,
why does
one question to Jay, because he's raised a very important point. Let us say JDS and Congress had a pre-poll alliance and technical decisions where to put their candidates. Do you think BJP would have garnered more than 45 seats here?
You think it's possible? What happened in 2019 Lok Sabha?
Let me explain.
But that's the whole. You just answered your own question.
Now let me explain what Anand said. Yes. I tell you why. I tell you 1 second, please. Gentlemen, please. I'll explain. I'll explain why.
Yes.
Anand, the reason why they didn't do a open alliance is because the JDS actually comprises of anti-Congress votes. And the moment they would have done a clear-cut alliance, that anti-Congress vote would have come to us. So therefore, they did what I would say a nikah below the radar of it. Point number one. And point number two factors that we are not considering. Two factors that we are not considering. One, Sanjay Jha, you can laugh
for the JDS, the Congress was an existential threat.
Now, can I come on 2 points?
The biggest competition for JDS was the Congress, not the BJP.
2 points, 2 points, yes.
Well,
you should know the lay of the land you're talking
out
about.
On that. Kumaraswamy on the day of polling said that all the Muslims should go and vote for the Congress. This is what he said.
Which is what happened.
Yeah. It's not 2 points. One, we are not factoring in is that the Congress, after winning one election, as is evident from the panel here, is going to now think that it is the natural leader of this unity alliance. Point number one. It's going to demand more seats where it doesn't deserve them. Point number two, please tell me that where the Congress party has become such a claimant for the Muslim vote bank, people like Akhilesh Yadav and others are going to feel extremely insecure. They might put a happy smile today, but internally they are feeling most upset by this victory of the Congress.
And that's why I said you actually answered 1 minute. 1 minute. That's why I said, Dr. Ranganathan, you actually answered your own question.
Put the color
when
of
you said,
religion
could that alliance have happened? That alliance would never have happened because the regional players today fear a resurgent Congress. So actually, this is safe then. So let me say, so this perhaps is the best thing that could have happened in the run-up to 2024 for the BJP.
Yeah, a strong Congress is good for Modi.
That's right. A strong Congress is good for Modi in an absurd sort of way.
People are missing a very important point.
Important point.
That where Congress is in a straight fight with BJP 10 states, where there is a straight fight between a regional party and where Congress is virtually non-existent, there are another 10 states.
Actually, hang on. Let's look at those numbers.
Let's
look at those numbers also. 1 minute.
You
in
need
the states,
everybody, where the Congress can say,
in
I am
the
the big
states,
brother.
in the states. Let's look at those non-Congress states. Let's have a look at the non-Congress states when it comes to the... 1 second. Let's just talk about those also because I have those figures right here before me. Now, viewers, let me tell you. 1 second. 40 out of 88 in East India. The BJP has got 40 out of 88 seats in the eastern belt of this country. That is significant, and that number could even grow this time. 1 minute.
Or come down.
Well, it could come down. Look, it could. Of course it could. But the fact of the matter is that the base that the BJP is starting from is a pretty high one. So you will have to
therefore the headwinds are higher for it too, right?
That is no guarantee that it will...
Exactly my point.
Rahul, 1 point.
Exactly my point.
As far as you talked about JDS Congress alliance, in 2019, Index of Opposition Unity, 4 out of every 10 JDS voter did not vote for Congress. 5 out of every Congress voter did not vote for JDS. And this is what happened.
Okay.
And we saw the Maga Gadbandhan which happened in Uttar Pradesh.
You want to paint a hypothetical 2024 scenario? Okay. One second. Just a minute.
You have an alliance.
Let's start with Karnataka itself. You said they had 36 voters last time. They have 35 voters now. It's a very high retention rate, right? In Uttar Pradesh, I remember when we did the 2019 polls here, we were trying to stick our neck out saying, in spite of Mahagathbandhan, the BJP is going to get 50 plus. We got 62 in the end. Now, how did that happen? It was the same Karnataka type of phenomenon repeating. If BJP was having 43, it was maybe inching up to 44, but not going down to 42. Now, if at a high level of 60, please remember these 172 states that we are talking, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, the benchmarks for the BJP, it's starting at 62. It has a 62% vote. Now, even if that 62, like the 36 went to 35, that 62 goes to 60 or 58.
They still sweep.
And
that's what I'm saying. Gentlemen, I have to wrap up.
Last question. Will DMK give 15 out of 39 seats, 18 seats to Congress? You tell me.
Won't.
No. Similarly, Nitish Kumar.
No.
Similarly, TMC. Similarly, JDS. So where is that seat?
There you go, viewers. That's the problem. An ascendant Congress is not a problem so much for the BJP. It's a problem for the opposition. It's the problem for the opposition, and that's where the rub of this election result lies. That's where it lies. How will an ascendant Congress, or a Congress that believes that it is on the up, deal with its own partners in the opposition? That's the fundamental question. And the second one is, if Priyanka Gandhi Vadra contests from Amethi, viewers, then we know that 2024 is open. If she doesn't, well, we know that the Congress doesn't think it's coming back. There's that opportunity that it sees today has gone. Let's see, viewers. We leave it at this. The last word hasn't been said. Let me tell you.